Coming into psychological interference line channel location positions. High positions to its rotation center line conditions. Your general went into 250 trillion years in the future last night. Wow. I don't know how to explain it. How do you explain something that is so amazing? Like it's just incredible how it just changes your aspects and how we see things in life. It's incredible force. We'll get into that later, but right now we have to get in the psychological of the mind. And the only way to do that is to go through its beginning. The beginning central line center is the circle rotations to everything. Through your left and your right hemisphere location line connections. The cycle line center rotation, the eye circle locations, the ears, and everything through your voice. The grid line rotation is your commanding force. Your energy pod is everything through the activation line conditions. Try to understand how to use each compartment to high level positions. Right. So you have to discern how to use your levels. Okay. First, you have the ground system. Okay. Mostly important through the energy line centers to its opening. Okay. Then you come into high rotations to the energies. You come into the collaboration communications to its operation. Okay. So we're going to go into the cycle operation interference to the motherboard, which is the central. Okay. Line strip down to the mothership, which is the seat of the soul. Okay. Now you all have to understand how important it is to come into those levels. Okay. People are asking questions on TikTok, which is trying to understand what is going on with me. Your whole body is changing. It's that simple. Right? People don't understand this is because they don't meditate. You meditate, you're connecting right away to the grounds. You're all contained through crystal inside. It's all about understanding the calculations, the modifications, and all levels of you. 6, and the 9s, your E equals MC squares, and how it all comes together. The birthing system to you is positions to your calculations and how you register all levels of your heart. The heart central line systems, the heart reactor. What is the reactor to you? Right? Because it's reacting to everything inside your body of its physical system. Right? So the first thing we look at is the positions and why. You know, that's a true understanding when we come into higher levels. Okay, we're all coming into light. That's it. We're releasing all the density of the grounds, and the earth line center is going out. Space is coming in into an atom line center. It's going to be rotating like this, right? That's where the second, third, and the fourth waves come in. Right? We're going to set up the plasma webs, the communications, all levels of track system to its reactor. So that's what's going to happen today. You have to go through the central lines. You have to go through your mainframes. So it's kind of like going through a circuit board. And you guys are going to go into the center of the motherboard line center location. Okay, you have to truly understand the operations of you first. So it's kind of like seeing a copy maker. It's kind of like seeing a screen maker. It's kind of like seeing a digital platform. It's trying to like understanding what's going on with the computer of its motherboard. It's very powerful because it's all connects to your flash drives. Right? It's like putting a flash drive inside. Download. Right? You get a download, and then you understand the process, uplinks, downloads, and all connections, upgradings. Okay, an uplinking system. We have to truly understand how it's all calculated and modified to all levels of track system. Your track system is the most important thing. Is staying on track of everything. What's going on with you? So you come into the graphing system of you when you start creating space inside. Okay, it's very important to understand that. So these TikTok videos are going to get a lot more easier now, right? Because it's all about me getting in position for you guys to understand what I'm saying so I can get in a better way with humanity and where everybody is through vibration, because that's the hardest thing. Everybody has to work on something. Your general has to work on vibrations of everybody because you're all in different levels of time. Okay. And that's why everybody's seeing everything different through perception. Okay. So that's a true understanding of what we're coming into. And the ground line center has to truly understand you through the clocking system. What do you think your heart is? Right? It's all connected to a pacemaker, right? Palpitates, do, 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 do. So it grounds the signals, okay, below the Earth system. Goes into high level system of 15,000, 20,000 feet below. There's diamonds, rubies. We've been there. You saw what exactly is below the Earth. Okay. So, and understand the connections of your base and your communications of your roots. It's all connected to your chakra system. You have to truly understand how you are all levels of ground, the 7 bodies of water, and the 5 conscious levels of space. That's a true understanding when you come into your 12 central system, 12 strands, 12 Godheads. That is in position of you trying to understand these. I'm trying to make it easier for everybody so nobody gets confused, right? So now I'm more balanced than ever now because you notice my voice has changed, right? Again, which makes it easier for everybody to understand rather than me going into ground line center rotation line connections, high forcing right now to the atom reactor is calculated modified to its chargeable line connection. No idea what I'm talking about. So I can go up and down. And that's what I want my team to get into because when they go into 80 on Monday, they're going to be able to fluctuate faster through the flux capacitor line connections, but they have to truly understand how to calculate all this through their tetrahedrons. Okay, all positions of the earth, okay, everything through the fire, okay, everything through the air, and everything through the water. Okay, 5 within the system, 6 within activation, and 7 within the body, and 5 within the conscious level. Okay. So it's all set up. It's fantastic. You know, the 20% is all set up for January 1st. It's going to be amazing how we're going to come more into the imagination of the mind. It's changing their frequency lines, the brainwave patterns, the central line connections, high level rotations, the hydraulics, lining interference, and all positions to calculation. Tremendous force that's going to happen in the new year. Everything's going to go back and back in a new central line center to a new cycle to a new revelation of humanity of a clocking system, right? So imagine that the actual ground has a heartbeat. Isn't that interesting? What do you mean, General? The ground is a heartbeat. Well, it has to. Okay. It has to rotate. It has to circle. It has to circulate. That's how we're able to spin, 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 spin. And the thing is, I've always known this. And I was trying to think, why am I seeing so much? Why am I seeing space? Why am I seeing cars flying? What is going on with me? Trying to understand what is happening with me. All right, it's like with Morpheus and the splinter of the mind. Once you release that, then you understand, whoa, this is intense. You know, and then you start saying, this is incredible. Like it just opens up a whole new level of space through your perception, what you live every single day. Whatever you're projecting, you are living its projection of its reality. Okay. So to understand these things is to wake up from these things. And then you understand a little bit more on what the ground is inside you, not outside, inside. And then when you get into higher level, then you understand what you are inside through your powers, your solar plex, how to use it through the seat of the soul, how to navigate the mothership to the motherboard, right? This is all a game of you trying to understand you through your holograms and structures and flying here and flying there, going here and going there, seeing this and seeing that. It's all calculated for you guys, right? So this video will show you exactly in point view what is happening with you. Your body is changing. That's all that is. It's taking you out of the density and putting you into light. It doesn't get any easier than that. And even people still come to me, oh, that's still complicated. Why is it so complicated? Because you think too much. You got to get into the knowing. You got to get into perception. You got to get into clocking. You have to get into your holograms, right? So that's a true understanding where everything around us is changing. The structures of the wall inside is changing. Outside, cars, trees, grounds, everything is changing into a holographic world. And it's all done through clocking of perception. It's what you see. Okay. So, and it's very powerful how we come into positions. And again, on TikTok, where basically there was a guy that was talking about Mark, very informative, very effective guy when it comes into communications, where we've already created this, which is amazing. You don't have to create anything. You just have to come back and remember what's going on, what you've already created. That's the ease of the mind where it just centralizes its everything through its connection to its psychological interference. Coming in that position, the psychosis of the mind is now centered. Now you're in the presence, but once you come into the now, that's where it really starts kicking in. Okay, and then you integrate your system to your future system of high level of rotation. And then you say, so, wow, this is fantastic. I've created this. And then it just eases the mind. And then you stop worrying about everything outside. And the only thing you concentrate on is you. Nothing else, only you. Okay? Everything outside will work out. Right? And like I said, nature finds a way to fix things by itself. It doesn't have an ego. It only has a result. And that's what humanity has to get into. And these 20% of your mind line center coming up to your higher level system rotations, you'll understand more through its calculation. What the ground means to you, what is the power of you inside mean to you, and what is the atmosphere? What is space and time? Right? There was another guy on TikTok, which is pretty fascinating because everybody's breaking down right now because they're going a little bit more crazy. They're trying to understand, well, prove it to me. Prove it to me that the earth is flat. Prove it to me that we are on a sphere. Prove it to me. Prove it to me. Prove it to me. Right? That's ego, 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 because that's all he knows through perception. He doesn't know anything else. That's your world. That's your reality. That's what you're seeing through TV reception. But once you wake up, everything starts what? Happening. Something changes inside you. And you realize, wow, this is cool, right? Your heart opens up. Okay, you start communicating inside through vibration. You finally get connected to the grounds and you start to focus more. The more you focus, you see things from inside. When I'm looking at this, I don't look from outside, I look from inside. It comes to me. It's like you're in a screen, 3D glasses, at a cinema. Things come at you and they go inside your body. You have to understand what is going on because all you're doing is creating space. Because everything you've done is already created. You don't have to create anything. The fields are already set up. The digital line centers, the planes, the interference, the planet locations are all set up for you. You just have to remember. That's it. And then create this space inside, which is time proceeding. Okay? So I want to make that very well clear how important it is for you to understand why you're here. Okay? All right, let's get started. All right, so we're going to go through the motherboard. We got to go to the psychological line centers. We got to go line center rotation. It's going to be fun. Donna, Nicole, Janet, Tina, how you doing? Mander, great. So hopefully you guys realize Monday's your test. Okay, make sure you get into high level system. I want to get into diagrams of structure and then your formulas. Okay. Samantha came to me and basically sent me 2 pages, which is fantastic, but I need a structure. I need a diagram. I need a visual. Okay. You got the graph solar text, which is great, but I need to see the visual. I need to see the connections, okay, to the structure, to the formula below. Okay. All right. Let's do Monday. All right. Don, how's it going? Questions or comments, you can go through my email. I'll be over on TikTok helping you guys out, upgrade your line rotations. Okay, let's see. Sherry, how's it going? Cleopatra, Samantha. All right. You guys are communicating. Commander Amber. So, yeah. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, so Tina was informed with you, right? What's going on Monday? So hopefully you understand that. This is pretty amazing for all to come January 1st. Oh, that's exactly what it is. It's amazing how I know 3 months of information, but I already know 5,000 years of information given to you, right? So everything that I've done is already created. Why do you think the mind is so balanced with me? Because I don't worry about these things. You guys worry from day to day to day to day to day. Stop doing that. Stop focusing on this. Stop focusing on that. Just focus on the heart. That's it. That's all it is. Because everything goes back to the fields of the heart line rotation. It communicates the high rotation line conditions, right? Solomon did a very powerful video yesterday. You should check it. It's very powerful when it comes into the heart line center to all position locations. It's amazing how we go into the fields of everything. But just remember, everything's created for you. But you're seeing things in different perception. But we're all in alignment together. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Solomon, how's it going? Donna, happy to be here. Yeah. So basically, coming into that position, Christopher, how's it going? Trying to catch up. Yeah. You'll catch up more and more, Nicole, when you keep going more and more to the school, right? Sylvia, Tina can help you out. What it's all about. Yeah. And like I said, you have another day and then it's due Monday. So you have all day today and Sunday and then Monday morning. Okay. We'll go through the review, evaluations, and then we'll see the test. Okay. But I need structure. Okay. I need the structure. Okay. Schematics. I need that because you can't travel without it. And I need to see what you created through visual. Okay, that's the importance that we have to get into, especially when I get confirmations from Vega. You're communicating with Vega now, and Vega needs the structure of you. Okay, so what that does is it comes back to me, and I send the structures that you created, I send it to Vega. Right, so they put it in the archive and they put it in their computers. Right, it's high rise, it's high because I'm communicating with them right now. They're setting up the computers. Right, you can't see them. Maybe you can. But you have to send your communications first. It's amazing how you simultaneously communicate with everything all at once. Okay? So that's a true understanding that you guys have to understand when you come into all levels of your motherboard and what it is. What is the third eye? Why is it here? Why is it in the center? How come it's not up here? How come it's not here? There's a reason for that. Everything is created for that system. Don't you understand how we're all structured, that connections through wire? Okay, it's all about the operation of you because you are a connection to a rocket. You just have to understand how to connect to your positions, how to create it. Put the pieces and puzzles together to create your own tetrahedron to travel. And then when you get to higher level systems, you become the tetrahedron like Transformers. Okay? Right? Transformers, comes into the actual plasma of a person, but then it goes into a car or an airplane, right? So that's what happens when you go into higher levels of future and position locations, because you have to understand when you're identifying yourself, you have to be in their coloration pattern. You have to be in their timeline center. You have to be in their calculation modifications, and all is connected to the motherboard system. Okay. It's a circuitry line to its connection to its mothership. You guys have to understand how to navigate your mind system through thoughts first. You haven't even done that yet. You're just trying to understand your body. You're trying to understand what's going on here, what's going on there, right? Every day you wake up in the morning, you're trying to get your grounds. That's the major thing you have to do. Same with the rocket. Rocket has a ground, has a foundation before it takes off, right? So that's exactly what you guys are. You just have to learn how to travel through it and get the balance of what's going on with your telepathies. So we're going to go into the telepathy. We're going to go into the telegraphing. We're going to go into the infusion line center. We're going to go into the motherboard of circuitry position locations. So it's like a phone. Into the center of the phone has circuit board, right? So that's going to be a lot of fun. All right. And the meditation last night was amazing. I saw the diamond and 3, 6, 9, and 12, but the portal was facing south. Okay, great. So you're in a 3, 6, 9, and 12. So you're high forcing your connections there, Christopher. Just get in your positions at 3, 6, 9. Okay, don't worry about the 12. That's confusing your line center. That's fantastic how you're going so forward in high rotation and you're understanding more of the information. But I just want you in the practical line center. Okay, it's like you're focusing on black belt, but you have no idea what a white belt is. Okay, so you have to go through white, you have to go through yellow, you have to go through green, you have to go through blue, you have to go through higher levels, right? So that's the true understanding where you're getting all the information. Okay, when you go to higher levels, you see actually the intelligence. Okay, it's like walking in and seeing intelligence on the computers. So it goes into the interdimensional system. You're walking into their space, you're walking into their time. When you're with me, you're walking with my space, you're walking with my time through what I see through my perception. And that's my reality. What is your reality? Okay, and that's how it works. Okay, but you won't know that until you wake up. Once you wake up, then you understand the interdimensional system, the intergalactical system, the orbits, the universe, the millenniums. Okay, extremely powerful when you go into a navigation of a UFO because you're going into time, into the universal of cosmic time. Okay, and the thing is too is that it doesn't have any gadgets. The gadgets are you of navigation. It's all done through the mind of thought. Okay, doesn't have a steering wheel, doesn't have buttons or anything like that. No, everything's in the mind of navigation, and it's very hard if you don't understand the 8 circular rotation line connections to Vega. All right, so it's true to understand that you always have to identify yourself every time you go into a planet, right? Like with connections with Return of the Jedi with Luke Skywalker, right? And they had to identify yourself, right, to the Death Star. So, I mean, that's the thing that you have to look at. Like, how real can it get? The mind makes it real, and which reacts to the body. So, if you know how to navigate, you're all connected to the motherboard. All right. All right. So let's get started. All right. Okay. So basically, what we're going to do, I'm going to hide channel line center. Okay, we're going to communicate to a plasma web. Now that plasma web is going to be the 3 line connections to 3 box circle locations. High position line center to its line connection is going to start off in this location. All right? Now, what's going to happen? Okay, so we got plasma. Remember, it's all about understanding the structure and also the formula. That's all it is. Okay, plasma equals box. Okay, center line system to the GFLs. Okay, to the dimensional line center, cross over to high line signal rotations to the rebellion. Okay, crossover line center, zigzag cross line system, XD1000 coming into plateau, picking you guys up in rotation. All right, that's how it goes. Zigzag cross, XD1000 picking you guys up. This is you guys. So you guys seen the light transformation system line connections, right? Picking you up. All right. Picked you up already. You're teleporting line interference. The new viewers are on standby. You're always at observers. You're always on the outline center because if you're anything through that connection line rotations, you won't understand the travels of recognition of time. So it's all about putting your positions in the higher upgrade line center connections. And then you understand everything through the plasmas /equal box to its connections of GFL. Okay. So it's true that you're saying what is going on when I'm zigzag crossing the line center to a high rotation to an XD1000 through those connections. All right. So the XD1000 picks you up. All right. So zigzag cross line center rotation positions. Okay, so we're going to a central line center of a circle rotation line connections. It's going to drop you off in the center line position to the connections of the motherboard. All right, here's the motherboard line center to its connection. All right, right here, 20 minutes, have fun. Okay, so that was pretty easy and formatted. It's very complicated if you don't understand the calculation multiplications of you through calculation. Sure to understand you are all calculated. You have to understand your E equals MC squared. It's all identified through you through travel. So you understand that more through connections, then you understand what is going on with you when you go through all navigations, your GPS lock systems, your GPS communication signals, your GPS activation core line center. It's all position of you. to understand everything inside is what you're creating is space and time. Okay? Now travel. All right. 20 minutes. Have fun. Okay. Well, at least you're being honest there, Nicole. And that's great. You're here. That you're trying to figure out how to get your grounds, but you have to learn. If you don't get your grounds, you can't travel. You know what I mean? It's like you're like, you got to go. And then you can zig cross anything, zigzag lines, zigzag, off center, off position, as long as you get back on, right? And that's the most important thing. You don't want to stay off grid because you're going to go off to the other side. You want to stay in the center of all operation, right? To travel. So you have to get more in the mind of navigation, right? Then we come into string theory. Right ear, left ear, track line centers, eye perception rotations to its eye receptor line interference location. All right, one step at a time. I got over 1,000 videos. Yeah, it's supposed to be facing south. Usually show the portal face. You'll find that more, Christopher. Just focus on the 369 and then the travels. Okay. Heather Anderson, how's it going? First time seeing the X2000. Cool. Like to talk to you today. Need help understanding. That's great. You guys are working as a team, helping each other out. That's fantastic. Everything through the alliance is high rising faster and faster. Great. Best thing is to go back and look at the review. Very good. That's what you got to do. Commander understands that. We're all here to help each other, right? Yep. I keep putting trailers for you guys. Focusing on the formula. Yeah, 369. That's it. Nothing else. Don't get too far ahead of yourself. It's trying to understand a black belt, and you're only a white belt. So ground powers, atmospheres, balance, E fields up. Yeah, make sure your E fields are up. Very good. Let's circle up. Well, I got some nausea on this strip. Yeah, it's because you're going through the circuitry. You're going to the center. You're going into the whole operation, Commander. Okay? So you come into the command center. You're going to see intelligence. You're going to see the circuitry boards. So it's kind of like looking into a room. Okay? And it's all digital formats. It's like high position locations of a cabinet. Now, that cabinet is stored of information. It's like the Acosta records. Right? So everything is stored in your identification lines, connections, interference. So it's amazing how you go from this. See, it's amazing. It's all a story, right? Formula, structure. It could be structure, formula. It doesn't matter. As long as it centers on what's going on as I'm picking you up and dropping you off at rendezvous to the center positions of the motherboard. All right? So this is what it looks like. Time frames, time plates. All right. Templates here, templates here, templates here, templates here. So you got 3 diamond line centers, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. That's a central line system to allocate line conditions of past, present, and future into your diamond core, putting you in the present of the clocking line conditions. All right. So it kind of looks like this. Pretty amazing how we see these things, guys. I'm going to show you. It's incredible when you see this. Truly understand. All right. Coming into that reality. All right. There's a hallway there, line center. Okay. It looks like this to allocate line conditions. All right. Now, each one is a computer line center of numbers. It's pretty wild stuff, guys. Okay. It's got everything on your keyboard line center to all levels of you. Now, this is the tesseract of information line conditions. Very important you understand that when you watch Space Discovery Season 2, where I talk about you have to understand the tesseract line conditions. All right. So these are all numbers, all position line conditions. Start with that, right? This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay. You also see it in the matrix. All right. So there's an electrical grid right here to line center line conditions. Try to understand what you're doing through calculation modification is trying to understand the motherboard through its operation line conditions. Get into the mind, remember observation, know exactly what's going on through calculations. All right. So this is what it is. These are all letters, numbers, and shapes. They're spotline centers. Okay. The spotline centers, it's kind of like going into a vault, turning the key, and opening up the box. Right. That's the mothership. Operation circles to line interference, high positional line conditions. All right. So it's pretty amazing when you see these things through calculations. And you're standing in the center operation of the circuitry board of its condition. All right. That's what you guys see. So try to understand what's going on. You have to get in your navigation light so you can travel faster through the light. All right. Anyone else? Okay, beautiful. It's huge hexagon. Yeah. Handing over 4 forks of blue from Prairie Corner. Yes, I did also. Looks perfect to Amber. Yeah. Hexagon is the go. The heartbeat is still uneven. Some red swirling. Who is doing the 3 brown lines? High-rise line centers to Nicole. Put her in the activation core line center to the central grids of the motherboard line connection. Okay, so Nicole, you're there. Okay, I high force your E field line rotations and I put you in stealth mode. Okay, you have to get your grounds. All right, concentrate what you guys are seeing. Just enjoy it, love it, and see it if you see any colors. Yeah, I see the hexagon. Okay, let's address the heart team. Passing 6 dots, 3 and 3 from above and below. Okay. Understanding the 3 line centers and everything through 3 activations and all levels of 3 locations. So you have to understand 3 through 3. What does it mean to you? Right? What does it mean to you? Because it's different what it means to me. Because we're in different perception, different timelines. On 5,000 years in the future, where are you in the mind system of navigation? Okay. Once you get into that structure, you get a true understanding where you are through your hologram. Okay. And that's how you see each other, buddy. Okay. So it's like sonar. It's pretty wild. All right. I'm addressing the heartbeat, breathe, center, ground, everyone. I see the brown lines. Hawk, how's it going? Can XT1000s pick up big stones and build pyramids of large structures? Yeah, we don't pick up stones. They have no magnetic force or anything line system. We only use crystal ground line centers. Okay. We usually use anything through structure of high forces like barriers, perimeters, but we don't use stones. No, only crystals. It's balance the beat, elements of the heart. It's turning gold. I don't feel the heart of this. Thanks, Amber. Okay, Cleopatra, just saw a pyramid. What are you saying, love? My connection to this is centering. My chest hurts. Yep. Great, Veronica. Can you balance the heart? Everything goes back to the heart, guys. That's the portal. And it has to understand you, what you're doing through your navigation, your GPS systems. You have to understand your tones, your string theories, and all your positions to your multiverse connections. You have to understand what the circuitry board is. You have to understand the location of where you're going. It's like you going into a place or a house and say, where am I? How did I get here? What's happened to me? Right? You're not aware. You got to get the grounds, the powers, and the atmospheres of where you are in your navigation. That's the most important thing, right? And you work as a team, okay? So my Wi-Fi is interference standing by. Okay, interline connections, change the interference line channels to Janet. Put her into the motherboard line connections. There you go, Janet, you're fine. All right. Blue netting went above, below, 6 dots and 6 dots. Yeah. 6 dots line center line connection interference and position locations. Understanding channels, okay, in your tesseracts. Program line center rotations to its communication cycles. So check out Space Discovery Season 2, right? 1 to 4. Very powerful. All right. So these are all positions to different aisles. You understand what they are through calculations. All right. The modified line center is the circuitry line connection. This is the motherboard of the circuit of all position locations. Okay, right here. All right. Line simulates line interference has to truly understand everything through point line rotation, communicates to all level of connections. This is how you travel through high rotations, coming into your calculation modification cycles. All right, see how it comes into high line center? So every time you communicate the high rotation line system, it changes the graphing communications of cycles to your perception. Okay. Once it sets up the operation line center, you come into higher formations of calculation. Now, this gets more complicated as we go, but it's all about understanding what you're doing through laser directions. You're setting up point line centers of travels through your navigations of the lights. Okay. So you got to fill up all these, right, to travel to your location. All right. Because these are all box line centers of realms, and they got aisles and aisles and aisles of computer line center. So try to understand your position locations to its activation. Pretty powerful, eh? It's intense, isn't it? What am I seeing? What is going on? You guys are in a circuitry board. It's like being in a phone. That's where you guys are. But you're in the position, okay, which puts everything in connections to the mothership. All right. Okay. It's incredible, isn't it? Oh, that's good. Christopher's seeing it. That's excellent. He's got communications rotation. Fantastic. Okay, get confirmations, get confirmed. 2020, what's your location? You guys will get more and more of what's going on, right? Jenny, can you connect me? I'm not sure if I'm observing the team. Team line center, I just put you in a hologram line center location, so it's resurfacing, regeneration, light centers, the connections there, Donna. High position locations, put her on high rotations to the motherboard, circuitry line center. High force line centers into E-field line rotation. There you go, Donna. You're with the team. All right, I'm watching over Nicole. You'll be okay. Great, thank you. Sylvia. Understand what you guys are seeing. Try to understand the program. Try to understand the communications to yourself and each other. All right, let's see. Breathe, relax. Yep, into the present moment. Exactly. Thank you, Lieutenant. Let's go out of the fear. Should be using my crystals when we do this. No, you don't do. You just basically see through perception, and you have to open up your mind to its imagination, right? So try to understand what you're looking at before you go through anything through high levels of spectral lights, or anything through travel, or anything through orbit. So you understand what the circuitry board is doing to all point line centers of all different realms of all computer generation light centers to your position. These are the graph line center rotations. It's all connected to your tesseracts and positions. Your navigation to your line center is all levels of your tetrahedrons. Okay? So once you connect all the dots, everything comes in sequence to allocate line connection. It's very powerful when you see these things. I had to go through it. You have to go through it. How to understand how to communicate on all levels of travel. Okay? It's very powerful. If you're seeing the cube, yes, that is the motherboard. That's the motherboard. That's where you are. All right, helping Ellen with net. I can see a cube square. Very good. Joe, can you confirm? Diana, how you doing? Sherry, take the other side of net. Okay, great. It's turning pink. All right, so I'm watching over Nicole. Very good. Got it, Commander. Great. But I'm burning up. Yeah, that's totally fine. Your central line system will find its coolants of its ecosystem there, Donna. Just focus. Try not to get stressed. Try not to fear because you're extremely in space, but you're inside of a phone where it has a circuitry board, the circuit board, where it has a center and has all those, you know, it's like a digital pad, it's like a graph, it's like a map, right? Everything is attached inside, right? So truly standing where you are, okay, is fantastic. Knowing why you're there is even better, right? But you have to learn how to navigate your GPS systems to your lock connections, right? Because this all connects to your TV reception. So, all right, the red line is ready. Turn pink. Sherry and Diane looks good. Thanks. You're welcome there, Janet. Giving coolant to Donna. Thank you, Lieutenant. The motherboard is the heart team. Cleopatra. Okay, well, Nicole's seeing something. Let me know when it's complete. All right. Red is getting pink and fusion. The heartbeat of the blue veins is going to Amber and Jill. Okay, goosebumps. Yeah. Okay, team, let's divide and seek. Okay, so this goosebumps, Diane, are a position of you to your computer. That's centering your highline centers to the motherboard. So everything in life is communication. So the actual motherboard is communicating to you guys, right? So you guys are all here in position. Trying to understand what is going on. Right? You're all here. You're looking at it. It's like being in a vault. You're right here. So the motherboard is basically putting information into you through calculations like this. And there you go. Okay. So it's doing what it's doing. It's trying to do your reading cycles, energy watch line, center line conditions, but it's doing what it needs to do. It's showing you what it can do. You don't use anything through crystal. Okay. You just observe and watch. That's it. Okay. So when you get into positions, you're not going to be observing. You're going to be connecting to the motherboard, to its flash drive. Right? So that's what's happening to you guys. You're getting information on what's going on with this, the aisles. Okay, that connections to its computers. All right. It's really amazing. It is incredible, isn't it, when you're seeing these things? I feel like I'm a miniature right now due to the size of everything around me, but that's exactly what it is. And then, like I said, when you go into a UFO, you go from the outside, you see it's small, but when you go in the inside, you go into the interdimensional, to their space and time. You're no longer in your space, you're in their space of dimension. And that's why it's so miraculous and big. Each cylinder is different color. Yep. Do the box line keeps multiplying and have to continually file up? Yep. Until they file up, they come into coloration line channels and they go into the navigation circles and they go into the round line rotation and they come into computer line connections, which sets up new grid line centers to its dimension of its atmosphere of its galaxy system. It's complicated, guys. You're welcome, Donna. But filing up the purple, let me know when you complete. We're going to turn east, making butterfly wings, correct? Diamond pointing towards each other. All right, let's see here. Each cylinder is a rainbow. Christopher, do you see the liquid line? Please give it away. Give it to energy. Everyone use their diamonds to fill it. So you're not just observing, you're getting upgraded. So you can understand what the motherboard is. Right? The central line system is everything through the eye circle locations. It's the galaxy line rotation. It's the windows of the soul, but it is the third eye. Right? But when you reach higher levels, it's the motherboard. All right? You need the motherboard to travel through the mothership. Ooh-ah. All right, everyone use their diamonds to fill the cylinders. Okay. Thanks, see, to Christopher. Cleopatra is looking beautiful. Veronica, let me know when complete crystalline connections to rainbow. Please circle up. Yeah, complete team. Yeah, make sure you circle lines and interference. Lines are sparkling gold, zipper, silver, copper. Thanks, Joe. Confirming, done. Excellent. Let me know when you need the winds to come. Wow, I can see the circuit board. Well, there you go, Veronica. That's what you want to see. I'm in the keyboards. Yeah. Once we all align, rainbows. Okay, Cleopatra, let me know when complete. So it's like just watching a computer screen. And the motherboard is basically giving you a demonstration of how it's all done through you. Because that demonstration is going to be used soon. You have to learn how to use it through your flash drive interference. A lot to learn. It's looking so amazing, alive, and flux, radiant beams, best light show ever. Yeah, such radiance. I can see you guys. And that's it. That's exactly what it is, Christopher. You're coming into your higher level rotations, which is amazing. You're high forcing all your track system, and that's how you can see everybody in the hologram connections. Gwendolyn energy coming in to assist. Very good. Seeing 3 hollow brown tubes vertical. Okay. What does that mean? You guys have to understand what you're seeing. It's all calculated. It's all activated. I see the rainbows connecting us to the mother heart. Excelente. Everyone is receiving. Very good, Commander. Thanks, Veronica, for confirming. Crying. Oh, Jill's my kid's crying. Gwendolyn, breath fishes, swimming. Do you guys see this with your eyes open? It's more powerful when you see it with your eyes open. Wow, team. Whoa, big circle orange. Sherry, beautiful. Heather, how's it going? I just saw some rad connections. Yeah, rad connections there, Heather. Gets more and more for me than when you go to higher up rotation. Janet Stunning. Veronica, beautiful membrane. Hey, exactly. That's what it is, Ellen. That's exactly what it is. It is the membrane. Very good, Ellen. Yay. Ellen got it. It's the membrane, the clocking system to the motherboard, which puts the positions to the cloud interface. Very good, Ellen. Nice. You're welcome. That's what I wanted. Very detailed, very specific of what things are. Yeah. Feeling the joy that you are all feeling. Awesome. Yeah. Well, it's great to see you there, Sylvia. Haven't seen you in a while. So it's amazing when you see things, right? Try to understand what it is. Every time you travel through my space and time, you're getting upgraded. You have to, so you can understand more of you through your track system and how to use your GPS systems to its location. G. Here's a car like this, right? And that's where it is. You have to get to here. So you have to go through here, go through here, go through here, go through here. There's location, right? So you have to learn how to go through tunnels. So the tunnels are provided for you until you understand what's going on, and then you have to start creating your own tunnels. All right. So it gets easier, but then it gets harder, and then it gets easier again. So it's truly understanding you, what you're doing through your travel positions. When you start creating portals and dimensions and codes and line signals and rotation centers, it's unbelievable what you can create, right? Black holes. Just because you create a black hole doesn't mean it's bad. You have to understand the position locations, but this is what's happening to everybody through the motherboard of the system. It's pretty powerful when you see these things through calculations, right? What do you guys think? It was a motherboard here that was like so small? No. Everything interdimensional, once you walk in space, it's so big. It's interdimensional. Okay. It's like basically going underwater and seeing everything. Okay. When you go underwater, you actually see the mermaids, you see the whales, you see the sharks through your imagination. Where are you in your perception? Right. So that's how everything is already created for you. Right. That's why lakes are created. That's why mountains are created. That's why trees, everything that you see is already created for you. You just have to remember why it's there in the first place. The great oceans, the lakes, the volcanoes, right? So, flying speed. I'm so peaceful in this moment, feeling the love and pouring in my heart is overflowing with rainbow joys and gold. Love, yet same lieutenant. Wind force is bouncing. Wow, huge whoosh. Love flowing from the heart, flowing out into the world like a huge sonar wave. Very good, Commander. Crying, love team. Yep. Okay, I don't see any rainbows. It's very mechanical today for me, more than any other previous. Yeah, so okay. So get more into your observation there, Janet. Let things go. Don't stress yourself out. There's a little bit of fear cycle. Take that out of line center rotations. Get Janet in positions to allocate line connections to the motherboard through hologram line center. There you go, Janet. Took your clarity line centers out. Your filter lines were foggy. I see the mother and father smiling. Very good, Commander. And so beautiful and alive and breathing perfect heartbeat. Whoa. It's pretty amazing when you plug in and see all. When you finally remember everything, you will really find everything you need to know. All right. Heartbeat, Janet, just, yep. I got the calculation line centers and position locations. Yeah. Connecting to father right now. Yeah. He's very proud of all you guys. All right. Well, this is so cool. My heart is palpitating. You can't explain it. You see it. You can't explain it. But you know it's there because you're seeing it through perception and you're awake. You're not dreaming. You're awake seeing these things. And your eyes are open, right? And you're there. You're actually there in the motherboard of our circuitry system. That is the membrane of all connection, right? Which is stored in your cloud of interface. Over the web of life and fusion, I see it all connected by the golden web from our heart centers to each other and the world. We are all proud of the team progress. See? And that's what it's all about, right? So that's why I try to make my videos exciting for you guys to realize how real it is. You have to find a way to create your own space so you can do it on your own, right? But you got to get your grounds, right? You got to get full communication of the grounds, full communications to your heart, full communications to your body, full communication to your soul, and full communication to your activations of the light, and full communications of the mind, and full communications of the brain. So that's the power where it comes into all level rotations, guys. What you see through perception is your reality, right? But when you walk into somebody else's space and time and you actually see things, whoa, where am I? Kind of freaks you out, right? So you have to get balance of what's going on. Like it's kind of like you're getting an infusion, you're getting in clarity, you're getting into focus. And it's like you're rubbing your eyes and it's like, whoa, am I seeing this? Like you can't explain it. And it's like, this is incredible. And then everything just, connects, right? How it comes into the motherboard of uploading system. See? And how everything connects. So, yeah, it's a great experience, isn't it? Beginning spark, yep. Foggy filter lines, and then I feel father. Yep. You all be positioned that because it calculates my. So father and mother are everywhere. So appreciative of the feeling. You're welcome. Janet feels the love. See, the more you understand why you're in this position, the more you understand the test reviews and evaluations become a lot more easier how to travel. So all on the earth, the current locations are hearts, beatings. Yep. Mother is the pulse. Very good, Commander. We are the hearts. Very good. Let's go surrender. Trust what you feel and see and hear in your mind's eye. Excellent, Lieutenant. We are the heart of the universe. Very good. Wow, Father, I'm hearing officially sobbing. There you go. This is a trip. Yes, it is. It's amazing. How do you explain it, right? How do you explain it to your family? How do you explain it to your kids? What just happened to you? You can't. It's next to impossible. They have to see it for themselves. And that's why there's humanity air, because they don't go beyond the impossible to its phenomenon. So it's incredible how we come into that. And then you see a whole different perspective of light of who we are and why we're here. Okay? So you have a lot to talk about, right? Yeah, Christopher Cal is high rising faster because he's seen a lot more and he wants to because he's coming more into the heart central, which is fantastic. So, yeah, but that's great. I can see that too. And that's why you're in that positions there, Christopher. You've traveled years, but in a group, it's more powerful because you work as a team. It's pretty hard to understand you in conceptual of space if you're by yourself. You don't understand the conditions, and you have to be in position of alliance of a general that's created it to all levels of space time. So I'm Tyrion with all love. Love you all. Thank you so much. I just made a new light bulb. Cool. Try to relax, not to overthink. You'll get there. It's okay. It's not to see and feel what everyone else does. You will be okay. And that's what it is. You have to feel what you feel, not what everybody else feel. Everybody is seeing the same thing in alignment. As long as you're seeing each other, you're in the circuitry in the system. Now, you guys trying to do this on your own, you'd be too confused because you don't know the operation. All right? So, but you're getting there. And that's a good start. So, yeah, you just have to let go. Yeah. Wheelan, how's it going? Wheelan, you missed being on the motherboard. It's important that you guys really, really go to school because, I can't do things over. You understand? We have to move ahead. So you can't see the motherboard the next day, right? Because it's going into the past. You have to go into the future, right? So it's very important what AI does. Until you understand these things, until you understand your clocking into travel positions and dimensions and you through each other, then you can go back and forth and do your own traveling system and go back to the motherboard and do this and do that, right? So it's important that you don't miss class. And if you do, that's fine. Watch it, but it's not the same. It's taped now. So it's already in the past, right? But if it's when it's live, that's what's really kicking in, right? It's important that you try to stay in position because you're always going forward, right? So, yeah, you found the mother spark. Very good. Meant to say that. Yeah, high rising. Still confused because it's happening. I don't know what's going on. Each video of yours, it's like this as confused. It confuses you because you're confusing your system. Just let things go. Let things flow. Try to be in the position and what you see is its phenomenon. Okay. You're still in relation to your physical alignment there, Nicole. And that's why, you just focus on yourself. Like Sylvia was saying, don't focus on everybody else. Everybody else is there for the same reason. The same reason, working as a team. So, all right. You're welcome, Donna. Glad you could see that. It's fantastic. Yeah, you're trying, right? But do you think I would say I'm trying? Especially when I'm space-time creator? I'm trying to understand the central line positions of box line center to major line interference. I don't understand the calculation. Why would I get upset? There's no reason to get upset because you're confusing your alignment inside of space of creation and you're hurting all levels of outside of nature. Everything is inside. Once you go inside, you stay inside, you are connecting to nature from outside. That's how it works. Okay. And that's confusing to you, Nicole, because you're still related to the old program of the physical alignment. You have to go more inside, get more into your meditation of living inside your system. Start creating your own space and you'll be fine. Okay. And relax and have fun. That's all it is. All right. You don't see me going up into space and say, well, okay, Father, I don't know if I can do it. That doesn't make any sense. He put me in charge. I'm not going to let him down. You know what I mean? It's his son. Makes perfect sense, right? So it's understanding the grounds, it's understanding the powers, understanding the atmospheres. Okay, it comes into this position, right? Now you come into a torical field to its location. All right. Now when you come into that, you come into a Hubble, which is really powerful. Transcend conditions of your line system. But you're always in the center line. You have to come into electrical light. You start off with this. All right. So it's all about understanding you through the ground line system of rotations, the three central line system, past, present, and future. Right? Right? So the higher you go, the more you understand. Right? Three wave line center locations. Three of everything. Three of everything. Yes, there's four there, but we only use the three line centers. It's attached to that. Past, present, future, guys. So it activates line centers to levels of your Orion's belt. Past, present, future. Calculates and modifies, right? There it is, the calculation. Right? So your job is to put yourself out of the physical line system and become nothing but electrical light of activation. Electricity. Okay? Now, when you come into that position, so you can create anything in line center. You can even change your colorations. You can put E-fields up and change it into a Hubble. Right? You can change everything through a color. You can travel through the dimensional line center. Out of position. There you go. Out. Right? There's a lot of things that you can do once you understand the grounds of you. Okay? So the more you understand that, and the more you understand your all forms of energy, you're good to go. No more problem. You have to relax. Okay? You can't have anxiety or stress when you're traveling in space, especially when you're seeing something for the first time. Okay? You can't be fear of these things. Okay? Because if you're fear, they see your fear. And it comes back to me. Okay? Because space is very real when you guys are seeing intelligence. So if Nicole, if you're seeing intelligence, it would freak you out. You wouldn't know what to do, right? So that's why we work as a team to an alignment, so we understand each other from mind telepathy to each other. Makes a lot of sense, right? Because not everybody started out the same way, right? Most than others. And it's how much you want to know about yourself of remembering. It's the remembering of you that is the acceleration of solar. Okay. And it all goes back to the heart of travel. The heart is the most important tool. Everything inside you is extremely important, but the heart is everything through activation. Okay. So that's a true understanding where you have to get the grounds of everything first. Like really understand the grounds. And then you get in position. Okay, I heard my vibration on my body. This is wild. Once you connect with that, then you say, whoa, this is intense. So if you got the grounds with your vibration and you can actually hear, you're kicking in with your senses from inside, which is connected to the heart, right? So try to communicate with your heart, right? Heart central line system is offline connection rotations. Put it back in line rotation. See, I touch it and it activates. That's how powerful my hand is. So it's all about communicating, right? And that's the biggest thing. You go more inside, you communicate with everything. Okay. It's very simple to how to use the hands. Now we have to get more into that structure to understand what it is in calculations. Everything is communication. Always in the right and the left, a balance. Okay. If one is like this, how is this going to communicate? It's trying to wake you up. What are you doing? What are you doing through central line system? Get up through location line conditions. I can't. I'm stuck through rotation line center, but planet line interference. I'll help you through location. Thank you on rotation line center. You're welcome. Let's go through the Let's go through the galaxy line rotation line position. See? Communication, helping each other. So it gets easier and easier and easier and easier, right? It's like helping somebody if somebody falls down. Are you going to help them up or are you going to walk past? Right? You're superficial if you think you're above everybody and somebody falls down and hurts himself. You're going to pick them up, right? Do you have to know them? Do they have to be family? No. That's where you come into, oh, I'm not thinking about myself anymore. I'm helping somebody. You don't think the universe sees that? Everything is seen. We have eyes of the sky of everywhere. We got computers all around. All through CCTV. Cameras and circuits, all level systems of TV reception line rotation. We see everything from inside. Okay? So it's important to stop thinking about yourself and start thinking, oh, if somebody falls down, I'm going to help them out. That is a good deal. Right? The ark. Remember the ark? One act of random kindness. Word to the wise, pay attention to that. Everything is a life mission, right? So the more you focus on yourself and the more you help others, everything comes in balance with you. Trust me. Okay? And nature starts respecting you. Okay? And stops rejecting you. Okay? So that's where you got to find the grounds with everything. I mean, there's so many levels that you have to reach. It's the 7 bodies of water and 5 of the conscious level system. That's the balance you need to reach, right? You guys are coming into 80. Some are coming into 60. Some are coming into 70. You have to understand the grounds of you. Okay? Everything in life is male and female aspects of balance through structure. But it's amazing how you look at things, it's already created. And some things, when they're not created, and you go to another structure and you see somebody creating something, that is the now position, which means that everything that's created, as somebody creates something else, that is the now. You understand? Because now you're changing the frame. Okay? So that's what it is. And that's what I'm doing because I'm in the now of everything, in the operation of everything, in the balance of everything through the grounds, the powers, and the atmospheres. Those are the 3 waves. 3 waves. Past, present, and future, guys. Right? Trying to understand how to use that through your finger point line conditions, right? So it's interesting when you come across these things. Like I said, step by step. Okay? So, all right, you guys are communicating. That's great. Lieutenant, the video's coming in with the knowing I'm lost. See, and you're remembering more memory now, right? Yeah. Saying, yeah, you can do that. Why does my stomach hurt? You're trying too hard. Your stomach is trying to release the system. So remember, when you're coming from space and you come back down, it does a gravity shift because you're going. You're going to get a headache. You're going to get spin cycles and you're going to get a stomach ache if you don't control the grounds of where you are. You understand? That is important. So, trust your factor, trust your heart, trust your instincts. Yeah, your stomach hurts because your head is in a cycle of not trusting. Yeah. So you have to understand when you're in space, you're spinning fast, right? So the more you spin faster, you have to understand your E fields. You have to understand all positions of your earth, your fire, your air, and your water, right? You have to protect yourself when you're traveling in space. And when you're coming back down, the brain has to understand what's going on. Okay, you're coming back. Great. Central line system coming back to that line in rotation position. Be ready. Confirmed. That's it. Come back down. No more headache. It's a central line system to rotations. Understand you're coming back down to the ground to a certain vibration, which is a lower density line center, which is light. Okay. Not metal, light. There's all different. You'll understand more when you go into higher rotation, but mostly you understand is humanity has to get it out of the metal alloy because the ground line center is coming into light now. And that's why we set up crop circles to crack the surface, to open up the galaxy window. Understand? So there's a lot to learn, right? Asking for the video to watch and being, okay, in position. Yep, that will be given to you, Nicole. Just trust your system, your heart system. You'll be fine. Circling up, installing chemical Pluto memory frame mechanisms. Yep. See, you guys are coming into more programs now, right? Yeah. It's a reflection, yeah. Which becomes its visionary. Yeah. What is not a question? Well, the thing is, you got to stop questioning yourself inside. If you start questioning your travel, you're not going to travel at all. You just have to let things go and get into the phenomenon. All right. Okay. Too much in the past. Wait a minute. The hook team can help her heal. Yeah. Yeah, no worries. Don't worry about that. Highline center rotation positions. Release all cycle locations. Put ground line centers to Nicole. Done. See? No more stomach ache. See? Done. Now she feels better. Everything you do in life, you have to let go, or you don't have a future. It's that simple. Right? Like I said, if you stand in the center, you ask yourself, what am I doing? Where am I going? Am I going to go left? Am I going to go right? Where am I going to go? You can't go back. There's a wall there. So that gives you options, left, right, or go forward. Right? Whatever you do depends on you and what decision you make, but you can't go back. You can't go back. So if the ego's trapped, it has to find its position. If it doesn't find its position, you're still going to be in the past, hitting yourself against the wall, trying to push. You're hurting yourself more. And it's hurting the physical system, right? That's why you get headaches and migraines. You can't understand the ringing of the ears because it's intelligence trying to communicate with you for decades and decades and decades and decades. And now the soul's being released to the clocking system, to the grounds of operation. Okay, so we all have to pay attention to these things, right? Because that's what's happening now. Your physical alignments are no longer a code signal. You're now in the soul of its traction. And it has to stand its position. Okay? All right. Letting go, yes, and surrender is the hardest thing to do. That's exactly what it is. You have to surrender to everything. Everything that you know, you have to let go. Because if you don't surrender to these things, you're always going to fight with the ego. You have to balance the ego so you can go forward, right? Everybody has a future. Everybody has to have a future. Space has to move forward. It's that simple. And it's all connected to the grounds and the powers of you. You have to understand what the grounds are. You have to understand the power of you of travel. And you have to understand what the mind is through connections to high-level systems of thoughts, through your creation. Okay? 3 central line centers that you have to understand. Very simple, very easy. You get the grounds with that, you'll be totally fine every single day. Okay? So, all right. So tomorrow's Sunday. Sunday, we are traveling. Okay? We're going to be traveling. And tomorrow morning, I will let you know. I like to keep it a mystery, you know? I don't want to tell you everything where we're going. So this is all about remembering you. That's it. Okay, questions or comments, go below. I'm going to head over to TikTok. Adios.